UK set for one final furious icy blast of weather this weekend as they're warned you're not out of the woods yet. Brits are in for a final icy blast this weekend as forecasters warn the country is not out of the woods yet. The treacherous conditions brought in by Storm Emma and the Beast from the east are set to continue as the UK shivers in freezing temperatures with sleet, gusts and floods expected to hit. Police forces and travel companies have urged Brits to stay indoors as the death toll rose to 10 and stranded cars built up overnight. A red weather warning, the second in 24 hours, expired at 2 a.m, but amber warnings for snow are still in place for much of Scotland, the northeast of England, and parts of Northern Ireland, running until 10 a.m. and for wind and snow in southwestern parts of the UK until 8 a.m. Worse is expected to come today as the Environment Agency triggered 10 flood warnings, meaning people should take immediate action to protect themselves. Thousands of homes are without electricity in the northwest of England as temperatures remain sub-zero after the two severe weather systems clashed last night. Met Office meteorologist Stephen Keats said, "We are not out of the woods yet. There's further snow to come, as well as a wintry mix of sleet and freezing rain. Even parts of London and the southeast are not immune to seeing more snow through the afternoon, not as much as yesterday, but still enough to cause further disruption." Floods, black ice and blizzards are set to batter Britain today, with people being warned not to travel unless it's absolutely necessary. Virgin Trains East Coast pleaded with passengers not to travel on the entire East Coast main line between London and Scotland, as conditions worsen. And drivers have been urged to stay off the roads after the RAC attended 8,000 breakdowns up to 5 p.m. yesterday. 10 people have now been killed, including a 10-year-old girl, as yesterday became the coldest March day on record at -5. More than 1,250 flights to or from UK or Irish airports today have been cancelled, with 358 at Heathrow alone. The military were scrambled to rescue hundreds of drivers stranded on the A31 in Hampshire overnight as cops declared a major incident, and the army was pulled in to help clear traffic from the M62 this morning. Wiltshire Council also declared a major incident after 50 drivers were still stranded by mid-morning on Friday. Meanwhile, Devon and Cornwall police launched a major rescue mission after 300 drivers were trapped in freezing temperatures. Almost 5,000 flights have now been cancelled to or from Europe since Tuesday, meaning some Brits are stranded abroad. A quarter of all scheduled flights in and out of Heathrow are set to be cancelled, while 331 flights at Dublin Airport will be grounded. The number of cancellations today in Glasgow stands at 67 and 95 planned Edinburgh Airport services will not operate. Trains have also been hit by delays, with the southern part of the Eva Trains Wales services cancelled due to the bad weather. National Rail's website is also showing that most other train services in the country are being impacted by the weather. South Wales saw more snowfall last night, which trapped parked cars and covered houses. Birmingham City Council announced it was closing all council-maintained schools today to the weather, and Cardiff Council also advised all schools in the city to remain shut for a second day running. All 279 schools in Cornwall were said to be closed. Avon and Somerset Police said it was dealing with up to 100 cars stranded in snow on the A303 at Ilminster and a further 20 on the A358 at Thornfalcon. Prime Minister Theresa May said in a statement today, "In the current bad weather, I wanted to say thank you to everyone going the extra mile to keep our country moving, and to keep us safe. Thank you to the NHS staff and care workers, the police and the armed forces, and all those working to keep our vital public services going." The chaos came as a 7-year-old schoolgirl became the youngest of 10 victims killed by the beast from the east, which brought parts of Britain to its knees yesterday. The child, believed to be a pedestrian, was fatally injured after a car hit a house on Bodrigan Road in Lewes at about 2:30 p.m., Devon and Cornwall police said. Forecasters issued a red alert warning of a danger to life yesterday as Storm Emma's 70 mph winds hit the existing beast from the east, chill bringing deadly snowdrifts and a 15°C wind chill. Forecasters warned a further 50 centimeters of snow could fall today over parts of Dartmoor, Exmoor and southeast Wales, with the Met Office saying, "Winter is still firmly in charge across the UK." Britain was also on the brink of running out of gas yesterday, hit by a perfect storm of freezing weather and problems with supply. National Grid, the operator of the UK's gas network, today revealed the gas deficit warning issued yesterday has now been withdrawn. It emerged yesterday it was battling a devastating shortage as homes and businesses push their heating higher and higher. And the government urged families, do carry on using your heating and cooking meals as normal. Demand was a third higher than normal for early March. The cold snap means it is up across Europe. Armed forces were pulled in to help get medical staff to work in Lincolnshire, as NHS bosses warned hospitals are struggling to cope with the perfect storm of freezing temperatures, norovirus and flu. Admissions have spiked in the wintry conditions and put a strain on accident and emergency departments, as the prolonged cold yesterday dug its heels in with the collision of two treacherous weather systems. Yesterday forecasters issued a risk for life red warning in parts of England and Wales, and the National Grid put out a gas deficit warning. The red snow warning was the first snow alert of that severity issued in England since 2011, it ended at 2 a.m. today. People hoping to jet away from the colder climate may be left disappointed as flights have been delayed and cancelled from UK airports, with Ryanair cancelling all flights to and from East Midlands, Leeds, Bradford, Edinburgh and Glasgow yesterday. In a number of incidences yesterday, a woman was pulled from the sea at Hunstanton and a young boy was saved by firefighters in Essex when he ran onto a frozen lake and became trapped. A multi-car pile-up on the M66 this morning saw 16 vehicles involved, and 20 separate crashes in 1 hour took place on the A19. The AA has estimated there have been more than 8,000 collisions on Britain's road in the past 3 days. Operations and GP appointments have been cancelled across England as the freezing weather, with a wind chill of 11°C, continues. Snow forced hospitals in Lincolnshire, Kent and Norfolk to postpone non-urgent ops due to staff shortages and a lack of beds. The extreme weather forced the Scottish Tories to cancel their annual conference, which was due to take place this weekend in Aberdeen. Leader Ruth Davidson said, "Delegates' safety comes first." X Factor tour stars were also left terrified on their trip to Glasgow yesterday after howling winds sent part of their tour bus roof flying off onto the motorway. The group, which includes winners Rack Sue, Grace Davis, Kevin Davy White, the Cut Kelvins, Lloyd Macy and Sean and Connor Price, were travelling from Scotland to Leeds when the incident occurred. While in snow hit Lincolnshire, the A52 became impassable between Boston and Skegness, with police warning officers would not be able to rescue stuck drivers. Even snowplows were unable to get through to rescue drivers, with drifting snow causing piles up to a foot deep. And the M62 was hit with 2-hour delays for motorists attempting to get through the bad weather. In Norwich, TV presenter Jake Humphrey offered help with his 4x4 to anyone vulnerable in need of a visit of help with shopping, as the country struggled in the snow. While a family living in a farmhouse in Staymore, Cumbria, were shocked to find their front door totally blocked in by the snow. Forecasters have warned the weather is set to get even worse today, with a staggering 20 inches of snow to be dumped on parts of the country, deadly black ice coating the roads and sub-zero temperatures freezing the nation. The UK has not witnessed such a widespread spell of cold since around March 2013, the Met Office said yesterday. Met Office forecaster Simon Partridge said, "If you don't have to go anywhere over the next few days, stay at home." TfL Rail have cancelled or amended some services, while Northern said the severe weather had left several routes blocked, with delays and cancellations across the whole network. East Midlands trains also reported several alterations and cancellations. Police Scotland urged people not to travel on the roads at all after having to rescue 1,000 drivers yesterday, as the AA reports already having to go out to more than 100 motorists today. Lincolnshire police warned people that most roads in the county are impassable, and urged people not to make journeys unless absolutely necessary. Roads have also been affected by the snow, with the A66 in Cumbria closed in both directions between Scotch Corner and Brow, due to severe snowfall yesterday. The A56 in Lancashire was likely to be closed for several hours due to a lorry crash between the M65 and A680. Lincolnshire has been badly affected, with the A17 and the A15 between the M180 and Lincoln shut.